Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be sitting down and filming just an old school makeup tutorial right now. Like, I know it sounds so weird, but I feel like technically makeup tutorials, it's like an OG thing at this point on YouTube. Everything is like lifestyle and like organization videos and tags and DIYs and so on and so forth. And I just miss sitting down and doing makeup so much. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. That's how my entire career started. That is literally what has paid for my entire life at this point, is just sitting down and doing makeup. And it's the best, most fulfilling thing. I can't believe how much fun I had filming this video. So, okay, enough about me. Let's talk about you. For the past couple of months, back to me, I have been wearing this makeup look like crazy. It's been my go-to. And anytime that I'm on Insta stories, I cannot believe how much my Instagram, like my DMs are flooded by people asking me to do this look. And I hope I don't let you down, because honestly, it's such a simple look, which maybe that's why you've been requesting it, but I'm like, it's really not that complex. So like, I hope you guys aren't let down by how easy it is, but it just makes me feel really feminine and girly. And even though like I do have a full face of like foundation on, it just feels like more natural than the way I was doing my makeup beforehand, you know, like really into like all those warm browns, like those deep burgundies and coppers and golds and smoky eye and dark liner. Very different feel. And I just love like the rosy feminine tones, especially like leading into spring. I'm really into this vibe. So that's it. If you guys are inspired by this look, inspired by this video, please post a picture or a video, tag me on all socials. I will totally be looking out for it so I can, you know, give you a thumbs up, like, comment, and repost you guys. I'm just so happy to be here right now filming a makeup tutorial, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. And if you do, please let a hoe know. And anyway, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, just let me know that you wanna see more makeup videos, because I'm totally here for it. I'm totally into lifestyle stuff too, but like, I'm really here for this. Before I jump into the video, side note, like a 30-second life update. At this current time and for the past several months, I have not had a photographer, a videographer, or an editor. And I know it seems like very bougie, but like everyone in like the influencer community, not everyone, but for the most part, everyone that I know, they all have that help. And so I have been working really hard on my brand, Jaclyn Cosmetics, and getting that off the ground for 2021. So I've really struggled with content, like posting on Instagram and posting here on YouTube and working on all the stuff behind the scenes, because I'm working so much on Jaclyn Cosmetics right now that it's like, if I have to edit all my videos as well, I'm gonna be working 7 days a week, like 12-hour days, and I'm gonna burn myself out. So that's where I've been, but I'm really hoping to find someone really soon. And then this will no longer be like a dry area here on my channel, because this is what I want to do and this is where I wanna be. I love you guys, I love what I do, and I miss you. And that's it. I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and let's get started. Okay, so a random fact, it has nothing to do with makeup, but I have actually been kind of sleeping on my skincare recently. Like, I still of course cleanse and moisturize every single morning and every single night. I exfoliate, but I have not been putting on like all the products, like the whole routine that I typically do, that I have done for the past like 6 years of my life. But I feel like this is the glowiest that my skin has ever been naturally, and I swear it's because I'm drinking so much water. Like, I've heard people say that, but I've never lived it. I have been drinking so much water recently because I mentioned this in like my winter must-haves, this hydro flask that I got. You guys, I'm not kidding. I drink like 4 or 5 of these a day, which is equivalent to about a gallon or a little over. I don't know what it is about this. Like, I just drink so much water, and I feel like my skin is just always glowy, and that's the only thing that I've changed is my water intake. So I know it's random, but if you guys feel like you have dull skin, maybe try drinking more water. So skin is prepped and primed, and now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in the shade Golden Natural. This does not match my actual skin color right now, but it's gonna match my neck, and that's what matters. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this new NARS foundation I recently discovered. I don't know when this technically came out, but it's new to me in my collection. It is the Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. I'm gonna be using shade Stromboli. I love this because it really is long wearing, and it's like I would say like a medium to buildable coverage. And I just think that it's so beautiful, especially over top of this Hourglass foundation, because I love this Hourglass foundation so much, but I feel like it does need a partner in crime. Like, it looks its best when it's matched with something else to help blend it out. Otherwise, I don't die for it completely alone. But these two blend out so beautifully together. Oh, bitch, that's full coverage. I love it. Okay, first half of the mask is applied. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer. I am using the Morphe concealer in shade C2.35. I look like a psychopath right now. Like, do you ever just stop in the middle of doing your makeup and think about someone who has like never applied makeup before looking over at you like at this point during the process, and they're just like it's so aggressive. Like when I first started dating Jordan, I would not let him see me while I was doing my makeup. That definitely faded away very quickly, but at first I was like, oh my God, I don't want him to see me because you look so crazy like at this point. And then like when you only have on like your eyebrows and like nothing else, or when you're baking, like you just look crazy. So I wouldn't let him see me do my makeup. I'd be like, all right, be back in an hour. And I would just like leave the room, lock the door and do my makeup, and then come out and be like, hello, I've arrived. All right, the full mask is applied. We are looking radiant, smooth, creamy, and dreamy. A cream dream, if you will. Oh my God, that sounds so disgusting. Okay, I really said that. You know, growing up, my mom and dad used to always tell me, Jaclyn, we have a really good idea for you. Before you say things, you should think about it first in your brain and then decide, is this something that I want to say? And then say it if the answer is yes. You know, I feel like most people, this just naturally is something that like they just have installed in their brain. I don't have that. Like my filtration system was just very poorly developed. And I say things sometimes, you know, like cream dream when referring to my makeup. And I feel like this is why I don't have that many friends. Oh, but shit though, my under eyes really do look good. Damn, all right, moving on. Okay, I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Under Eye and Face Powder to set my under eye area. I'm just gonna use like a fluffy brush and just kind of tap that on there. Just not too much, but just pressing it into the skin. And then I'll go in with my damp beauty sponge and then just kind of press it in even more. That way it looks really smooth under there and not dry whatsoever. Okay, now I'm gonna take, this is like such an old school product for me. I used to be obsessed with this powder. It's by Giorgio Armani. What is it actually called? The Luminous Silk Compact. So I'm gonna take this powder right here and just put a very small amount of it on my face with a big fluffy brush just to set everything and keep it in place. This really is a beautiful powder because it's like nice and thin and lightweight, and it doesn't look like you have like actual powder on your face. Like it just honestly locks in your foundation and keeps things really smooth. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and warm up the skin so I don't look so insane. I'm gonna go in with MAC Give Me Sun. Who remembers this bronzer? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of that. It's just such a pretty like golden undertone. And who remembers this brush, this Tom Ford bronzer brush? Do you guys remember how obsessed I was with this for so many years? I recently like pulled it out and I was like, yo, why have I not been using this? Like what happened? Okay, and I'm just gonna put this up higher on the cheeks. Gosh, this brush is so big. Honestly, I don't even like using brushes this big anymore. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I'm like not completing my sentences right now, but like that's nice, but I almost feel like it's too big. I'm like so used to going in with my very chewed up brush from one of my dogs right here and using like a more like precise, I don't know. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe bronzer in the shade Megastar, one of my favorite bronzers ever, and hit this a little bit more precisely higher up on the cheek. Don't worry, I'm gonna look crazy for a second, but you know, it always comes together. This is why I didn't let my boyfriend see me do my makeup in the first couple of months. I was like, no, you don't get it. It's rough until it's amazing. Okay, so something that I have been doing recently that like I cannot live without. I mean, that's so dramatic. I cannot live without this. But really, like this has been a game changer for me that I've been doing the past couple of months. I just did it one day and now I cannot do my makeup without it. I just take it looks like it's clean, okay? Like there's a little bit of like powder on it maybe, but for the most part, this is a clean brush. Any synthetic like kabuki brush like this that's like flat or rounded, just kind of stiff. After I do my bronzer, I literally just take that brush and I just go over everything. Like we kind of look like we have a bronzer helmet on right now, and Super Bowl is over, bitch. Even though we won. But still, and just smooth all the edges and like literally press all that into my skin. And it just makes everything look so much smoother. Airbrushed, blend it out, and just better. Be better. All right, now I'm gonna contour my nose. I feel like every single time I contour my nose, I'm so excited to do it, but I'm also kind of like, I get so nervous because you mess up your nose contour, you're f***ed. No pressure, none whatsoever, but you're f***ed. But I think I've got it down at this point. Like I'm pretty quick at it and it's all about the brush. Honestly, I had the hardest time getting like a straight line and like just making it accurate and all that. And really you need a brush like this. And this is an expensive one. This is the Artiste. Look at how dirty my brushes are. Like this is real life though, guys. Welcome. Morphe honestly sells one that I'm not kidding is the exact same thing. I could close my eyes and use them both and I would have no idea which is which. It is the exact same thing for a fraction of the price. But this right here is so important for, it's not even focusing on it, my God. So important to me for nose contour because I feel like I get the most precise line and it's just in and out quick. I have to do my nose contour really, really close to the mirror. So sorry guys. Oh my God, I'm like wondering if you can see any of my products in the background. All right, so I have 2 zebra stripes on my nose right now, but that's okay. Like it looks muddy and blotchy right now, but I promise you it won't go back for long. Because I know you're really concerned about my nose contour right now, right? You're just sitting at home like stressing. Samesies. To contour my nose, I always use Benefit Hoola Bronzer because it's just the shade for me and my skin tone and I can rely on her. She's good to me, she blends easily, all that. This is also the new jumbo size, which I am obsessed with because it's so big. It's literally double the size compared to their original one. And this is so convenient because everything just fits into it. Like I will never go back to the small one ever again unless I'm traveling. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Bakery Translucent Setting Powder. This is the Flower Powder, Better Not Bitter, so cute. And then I'm going to just go ahead and bake my face. This to me, if I'm doing a full beat, is a step that I absolutely cannot skip. I can't believe that there was a life that I lived where I didn't bake. Can you even imagine? All right, so now that we are baked, we're gonna let this cook at about 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to do my brows. I just recently went ham sandwich on these bitches with a weed whacker and literally tweezed them so hard. My brows are like half the size of what they were. I really just blacked out last night and this morning and lost my mind over it. But it is what it is. My first time filling them in since, so wish me luck and I'll be right back. Okay, so now my brows are done. And I really feel like I am in a, like if my brows and I were in a relationship, which we are, a very serious one, right now we're kind of on a break, you know? Because I'm in that place right now where I'm not really sure what I want out of them, but I know that I'm not fulfilled. I do know that. So I'm kind of in this place where I'm like, what am I gonna do? Now they're like really thin, which I think suits my face shape, but still, I just like when it comes to filling them in, I'm still doing my makeup like very old school, if you will. Like, you know, this trend that's going on now, like these totally natural, super fluffy, like glued up brows, you know, and like super light skin makeup and all that. I'm on board with it, but not 100%. But I feel like I'm kind of like straddling that line and I'm about to jump. Like I'm about to jump into that full on trend. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out what to do with my brows. That's it. Okay. So for my eye look today, I'm going to be using my Volume 2 palette that I have with Morphe. Do you guys remember the days when I used to like literally get a brand new palette for every single tutorial and be like, oh my God, it'd be like so beautiful, every single one. Like I would literally open up a new palette like twice a month for tutorials. Now I'm like, all right, bitches, this is what you get, okay? It's filthy. This is real life. This is the palette that I've been using for the past couple of months. Let's rock with it, all right? But I get so many requests to show this palette more. I guess I have not given this as much love on camera as I have my original Jaclynhill palette with Morphe. So I have been using this so much recently. So I figured that I would just do like my favorite kind of go-to look right now using these shades because I know it can be really intimidating. And when you look at it, it looks like it's like a bright palette. It's really not. It is so wearable and so easy. And because these are so blendable and creamy, like in formulation, they're so easy to work with and they don't have to be like bam intense on your eyes. Okay, so the first shade I'm gonna go in with is the shade Perfectionist right here, which is this matte kind of soft pinky. All right, with a fluffy brush, I'm just going to put that right here in the upper outer portion of my crease. And I'm gonna bring that inward, but not like as pigmented as the outer area. I want it to always be darker and more like deep in depth, have more depth. That's it. I want it to have more depth on the outer corner of the eye area. I never do my makeup like this, so I feel like this is gonna turn out like absolute doo-doo. Like using this Hoola mirror, I do not do that. When I do my makeup, my eye makeup, I take my mirror and I put it on the 5x magnification side, and I literally, I'm not kidding, I sit this close to my mirror when I do it. Like I'm like this close. That's how I do my eyeshadow on a normal daily basis. Like I get in there. Okay, so now with the exact same shade, just a fluffier, bigger brush, just a little bit on this brush. I'm just gonna go over all of that just to make sure that we have no harsh lines and everything is nice and faded and blended out. Okay, so it should look something like this. Honestly, just kind of like a kiss of like a blush tone. Okay, now I'm gonna take the shade right next to it, Comfort Zone, and I'm basically gonna do the exact same thing that I just did with the first shade, Perfectionist. This shade is just a little bit deeper in tone, a little bit more mauve-y. So I'm gonna put that a little bit lower on the eye, but then basically do the exact same thing. And then go back in with that fluffier brush, same thing, just going over the edges. Nothing additional on this brush, just running over the edges to make sure that we continuously keep everything buffed and blended out. Okay, so while I'm here on this color, I'm gonna take Comfort Zone and also put it on my lower lash line as well. I'm just using a pencil brush. This is like my favorite pencil brush ever for this. It's the Morphe E18. It holds such a great amount of product, and I'm just gonna run this and buff it all along the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna take this brush that I've been working with and literally just connect the top to the bottom. And what I do is literally just kind of take this and just kind of circle it around because I do want that kind of halo effect. And I do not want any separation between my top and my lower lash line. Love a good pink eye moment. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the shade Thick Skin right here, which is such a pretty color. It's kind of rusty. It's like a pinky, kind of brick rust shade, so beautiful. Also keep in mind, you guys, that these shadows are really pigmented, so a tiny bit is gonna go a long way. Do not like get in there and then go on. You're gonna be like crazy pigment. But all I'm gonna do is just tap this right there in the outer corner, and this is just going to give this a little bit more of a three-dimensional look because of like the rust and the depth in this shade. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the first shade in the palette. It is a matte white right here. It is called Certified. I use this color almost every single time I do my makeup. It is so beautiful. I'm just gonna use like a flat, kind of like dense synthetic brush. I'm gonna tap that all over the inner corner, and I'm gonna blow this out like a pretty good amount, honestly. I'm gonna take off this nose bake and really drag this down to give me like a very like wide-eyed effect. Okay, so now that I have that complete, I'm gonna go in with my original palette that I have with Morphe right here. And I'm just gonna pick up the shade Central Park. It's the super, super dark matte brown. Any matte brown will do. It does not need to be this specific one if you don't own this palette. And I'm just gonna take a stiff brush and I'm just gonna literally line my eyes and create eyeliner with a dark matte brown. Like in order to do this, I have to like squat down. I cannot look cute on camera in order to do this step. Like this is just the way it needs to be. You can totally do this look with black eyeliner. I have before, but I felt like it was a little too harsh with like the really soft feminine tones that we're working with. So I just prefer a brown. I think it just looks better in the end, but obviously it's makeup. There's no rules. You do what you want. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes. Then I'm going to apply mascara, then I'm gonna put on false lashes. Curling my lashes is something that I never used to do before I put on false lashes, like ever. And then I just started doing it a few months ago and it's changed everything for me. I think that the way it makes your false lashes look is so much better. And they like, instead of false lashes kind of like sometimes sitting like straight forward, they sit up and they just make your eyes look so open and bright, and I love it. So I curl my lashes every single time now before I apply them. All right, ready? Say 1, 2, 3. Just like magic, just like magic. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more of that Central Park shade, that dark brown from my original palette, and a stiff brush. I'm just gonna put a little bit of it on my lower lash, just for a little extra depth. Okay, so this is another absolute must for me recently. I just take a gel liner or a pencil liner, but it needs to be a kohl, so it's like super creamy. This one right here is by Maybelline, and I just take any little small brush, it does not matter which one it is, and all I do is take it and put it on my upper waterline like this. It's really easy if you look down into a mirror. Like that helps so much. And what it's gonna do is just marry your natural lashes and your false lashes and just make it look, I don't wanna say natural because obviously these are not my natural lashes, but it just makes it look like they're growing out of your eyes, like out of your eyelids and not just like placed on. I'm telling you, it's a game changer, just trust me. Okay, so this is totally optional, of course, but I'm gonna take a white pencil liner and I'm gonna lightly line my lower lash line. Wow, that was like such a twisty treat. Oh my God, tongue twister. Okay, so to finish this off, I'm gonna go back in with this white shade right here from the palette, I'm gonna just blow that out a little bit on the inner corner just to make this a little bit more kind of like wide-eyed, doe-eyed, if you will. I'm just gonna pat that on there and then just kind of buff it out until I feel like it's enough. All right, time to remove the bake down here. Just so you know, you don't have to leave your translucent powder on your face to bake for that long. Like honestly, if you wanna leave it on for 60 seconds, it will still help clean up and make things look not as sloppy, kind of erase stuff and also set stuff into place. It does not have to actually sit there for like 20, 30 minutes. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna go in with this Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Copper Cabana. Cute. I'm just gonna put that on the apples and up towards the outer part of my eye, since I have like all of those like pinky shades on, and this blush is also gonna complement that and be very monochromatic. I do wanna bring it up kind of like in this area, that way it sits next to the eye look. I'm gonna take just a little bit of my Mood Light powder. This came out for holiday of 2019. And I'm gonna just highlight my nose a tiny bit, like not a lot, just a little. And I'm gonna put that highlight on my chin as well, but that's it. Whoa. Because I do not want my face to be like uber highlighted. So a little bit more mattified is the vibe today as I'm rubbing that all over my cheeks. What am I doing? Woo! Almost took a lash off. Okay, I'm gonna apply my lip and I'll be right back. Okay, lip is on and done. Sadly, I cannot tell you what this lip color is yet, but you will know soon. But isn't it pretty? All right, I'm going to give my face a little spritz of the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. This is a dewy spray. I'm not gonna overdo it, just a little bit. Oh. Okay. All right, you guys, that is it for this finished look. As you can see, it's seriously so simple. It doesn't take much skill and you can have fun with it. You do not have to use all the same colors I use. I just love this very like monochromatic kind of like mauve-y, rosy look right now. I typically, you know me, I'm always about like warm browns and just like burgundies and coppers and golds, and recently I've been doing this a lot and I just love it. I feel so like feminine and fresh when I'm wearing this look, so I hope you guys feel the same. If you guys recreate this look or are inspired by this look, please make sure, I don't know why my hand is up here so aggressively, but please make sure to tag me on social so that I can like it, so that I can comment, so that I can repost you, all that jazz. I would love to see your looks creating this. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. I love you so much and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.